Welcome, everybody. My name is Jodie Jordan. I'm a demonstrator for Stampin' Up, and this is my July 3rd to July 9th card class to go. Real quick, I just want to show you that for this first card, how to cut. If you decide to make these cards on your own, you're going to have, if you have a paper that is directional, you want whatever's going to be at the top going to the left when you make the first 4-inch cut, and then you'll turn it so it is facing up for the rest of your cuts. On this paper, I'm not really sure that it really makes a difference because the flowers kind of go both ways, but this is I just wanted to let you know for sure if you did have a directional paper, if you used something else, like if you decided to make this card other than what we're making today, you want your directional to go to the left for your very first 4-inch cut. So I don't know if you have been here before or if you're just returning, but how my card class to go is the card class on here on YouTube is completely free. But if you decide to place a $35 purchase, I will send you the card kits to make these cards. Now, that does not include any stamped images. That's against Stampin' Up's policy. So I can only send you just the basically the bones to make the card, the card bases and all the papers. Um, if you decide to place a $50 order, I'll send you those card kits, and I will also send you the gloss dot assortment pack, and I'll be using those in the video. Now, if you decide that you don't want to spend $50 and you only spend the 35, you will not get the embellishment even for your card. It will not be included in the kit. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. In the description below is a shop link that you can shop in it. To get these card kits, it has to include the host code. The host code helps me collect rewards so I can purchase some of the items. Now, it doesn't cover the complete cost, but I'm fine with that. So when I was starting to make this card, I didn't realize that I had not cut off or cut the dimensions correctly. So I was gonna totally make it over again. And then I kind of turn the camera off and try to and finally figure out what I'm doing. So basically, I just didn't cut the dimensions to 9.5. I forgot to cut the paper off after I had cut the card base in half. So that's what I'm just measuring and cutting that piece off. But when you get your card kit, this will already be done for you. Also in the description below is my email, a link for you to join my email. That's so you can know everything that's going on with me, what classes are coming up, what sales are going on. That's my main communication. If you're even a little bit interested in what's going on with my classes or what's going on with my channels, then definitely go ahead or my channel and go ahead and subscribe to that so you can know, what I'm doing and be the first person to know about it. I just recently started doing in-person car kits, so if you're in the Lakeland, Bartow, Florida area, you may want to join for sure so you can, maybe join us for those classes. Pretty soon, I'm going to start offering the card class. I'm going to start offering it to go and in person for the people that do live out of state or maybe just can't make it to a class. I'm going to offer that as well. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that this June. Our card or our in-person card classes are the last Friday of every month. So that we actually had so much fun this week that we decided to continue to do it, and that's the timeline that we've stuck to all the way through October. November and December, we're going to change that up a little bit because those dates fall on a holiday. And the ladies told me they didn't want to miss a month. So we're going to work it out to where we maybe do it a little bit earlier or, yeah, we'll definitely have to do it a little bit earlier, especially during Christmas month because that last 2 weeks is holiday, or that whole last week is a holiday. But anyways, so I'm just going to, um, you when you're making this card, you want to glue your card or your designer series paper down first, because we're going to cover it up as we're going to roll this to adhere it down, because this is going to be a fun fold card. It's like a stand up card. It'll stand on its own, so it's really nice to send to, if someone wants to display this card. Make sure that you put your smaller designer series paper piece in this middle section here, the bigger section. And then you're going to put your adhesive on that panel all the way to the right, the smallest one. I think it's a 1/2 inch. I kind of flipped this thing around a few times trying to, remember how you do it. But basically, the what is this? This is Pebble Path, I believe. Oh no, this is Early Espresso. So right there where the designer series paper is, there's a square, and then there's the 1/2 inch one. You're going to, just like that, you're going to fold it like that. You're going to put your adhesive on the smaller side, or the 1/2 inch area. But then you're going to, when you turn it over, you're going to fold both of those back. You might want to use some really good adhesive. You can use your liquid glue here if you want. I used tear and tape because I wanted it to stick quickly, but in all honesty, the glue, you just have to hold it down for a little bit and let it glue, let it dry, depending on what kind of glue you use. What I learned from the ladies, we all use something different. I use this Tombow multi-purpose glue from, it's actually sold by Stampin' Up, but it's also sold at Michael's. So, So here you fold this, yeah, totally back, and then you're going to fold that down. Give it a good rub so it sticks down. I think mine come loose a little bit, and I had to put my bone folder in there. And then that's going to stand up just like that. So it'll sit up. Now on this piece, there is there's a smaller, a 1/2 inch panel right there, and then there's another one, and it basically is going to lay. So here I'm not doing it correctly. You're going to do just like before and fold in both of those areas. You're going to put the adhesive on the smaller strip. I think I used glue this time. I'm just trying to figure it out because I haven't made this card for a while. So yeah, see, I'm figuring it out. You fold that both of those back. You're going to put your adhesive on the bottom. So you can use your tape here too, but I thought the liquid glue would be better in case I needed to slide it around a little bit. So you're putting the glue on the opposite sides. Just remember that. So it'll be easy to remember, because that's where I was kind of struggling for a minute. Then you're folding this back. You're going to pull back the like three-dimensional box and just center this in the middle like you normally would if you had, a layering piece. And then you're going to give it a good burnish and make sure it's dry before you let it go. Hold it down for a little bit. I just keep rubbing it, and see, there it is. It's going to stand up. It's probably best if you yeah, see how I'm taking my bone folder and kind of pushing it, mashing it down, making sure it's good and stuck. This card is so cute. Like, for a long time, I kept looking at this paper and I didn't really like it. But then when I got this idea, I was like, oh yeah, this will look good with this. I think this is crushed curry. Let me look on here. See, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, this is in this paper, it's crushed curry. So that's kind of like a gold yellow. So here's the little monkey stamp set. It is so cute. I've tried to come up with different ideas, but I was like, I wanted to have three really cute cards. So I was and I'm not the biggest fan of coloring, but this is not bad at all. These are just little small images that don't require a lot of shading. So um I think I struggled because I know like I didn't want to have to do a lot of layering of stamps. I wasn't sure how many people, would like to do that kind of stamping. Because, with the card class to go, I try to keep it as fairly simple because I want everybody to be able to do these cards. And then I sometimes on Thursdays, I'll do a little bit more stepped up version with the same bundle. Not always. Sometimes it's still a simple card. It just depends on, the design process or what I want to do. But for the most part, I try to keep the card classes to go easy enough for anyone to be able to copy them. And I also mail out a PDF with the measurements, and then it also has the video link, so you can go back and keep watching it over and over when you get your kit. So um, you'll always have that because it'll be on YouTube. So here I'm just going in and trying to figure out what colors I want to use. I think I used the crumb cake here, the crumb cake light and dark. I'm not big on the whole. I'm not gonna say I'm not big on it. I don't generally pick projects that I have to do a lot of detailed coloring. I don't mind doing a little bit of coloring, but detailed coloring is just like you see these ladies and they can take markers and create these scenes, and I'm not your girl when it comes to that. I have the markers because I like to do a little coloring like this, and I can do some basic shading, but to create a whole scene with them, you know, yeah, I'm not the one with that for that. But I love to watch it. Like I know it's just practice. It's just, I just don't take the time to do it. I like cutesy stuff anyway, so um I'm more into blingy and cutesy projects. That's those are my two go-to projects. And this monkey is so cute. Now in each one of the cards I use all three of the monkeys. So you will have to purchase the stamp set. You don't necessarily have to purchase the punch because you can fussy cut them all, but um you're probably going to want to have it. Everybody always wants to have the punch. Number one, the punch has the bananas. But I mean, those are easy to fussy cut too. But I used all three of the different monkeys for each one of my cards. Now, the sayings on these cards, they're cute and they fit the stamp set, but my favorite one is just swinging by to say hi. I think that one's pretty cute because that's kind of you can use it for anything. But I'm bananas about you. That one you could use for anybody too. But then there's one that says little monkey. Like to me, I think that's more like for maybe a baby card, but that's what I end up using on this card. But you could say little monkey and then put happy birthday with another stamp or write it on the back. Um, with this card, you're going to do all your writing on the back side of the card. I told you that I think this might be pecan pie. I think I used crumb cake and pecan pie. Yeah, that's pecan pie. So I use crumb cake for the face and pecan pie for the body of the markers. I try to buy a couple each time I place an order because um it's a lot to collect them all, and I try to make sure I have at least like I have blue, green, pinks, reds. I even have or two sets of purple, which I need to order one of my purple. I need to get the purple because I know Halloween's coming and I'll probably have things that I need to color with that. But I try, that's how I started out. I just would buy like, one from each color family, um, that I feel like I can use. Now later on when I'm coloring some of the leaves, I don't have the colors to match this paper, but when you see the card, I think it looks just as good, if I would have had the matching color or not. So let's see, the green in here is garden green, and let's see, what are the colors in this paper? It's um it says garden green and pretty peacock, which I have pretty peacock, but pretty peacock doesn't look. I don't think I used the pretty peacock in this because if you look at the green in the paper, it does not look like it's pretty peacock because pretty peacock is like a darker color. So, anyways, I think I ended up using, I want to say granny apple and maybe old olive or mossy meadow. I'll have to wait till that part of the video comes up. So here I'm just using um, what are these pens called? A jelly roll pen from Michaels, and I was just coloring, putting a little accent in the black part of the eye, but also coloring in the white part again, um, just to brighten it up a little bit. My favorite one is the one with the eyelashes. I love the monkey that's hanging from his tail with the eyelashes. So here I can't get it. I don't. I didn't pay attention to how my punch was when I stamped on my paper. So I'm just going to grab a Post-it note and stick it on there and make myself a little handle so I can get it in there. That just gives me a way to be able to position it. It doesn't even cut the Post-it. I actually have it sitting on my desk waiting to be used for something else. So I just basically thought I would just stamp in a few little leaves here and there, and um put or go ahead and put that tree branch in there for the monkey to have something to stand on. And just, kind of it, because this is such a small little space, but I just kind of put some of those little vines in there, or not vines, but the little like I don't know, like greenery plant at the top, and then put this log in there or this tree branch in there for him to stand on. And I think that's just enough. And then I go in and use my blending brush to um, make a little background sky, like just so it doesn't look white. I think I end up coloring this with I don't have the card sitting here. I don't even know what I do. Oh, here it is. I think I ended up using the Pebble Path. The Pebble Path is probably the darkest. brown that I have in the markers. I don't have the early espresso, which is the cardstock that I use, but I think it looks nice together. You would never. I don't think you can just. It doesn't stand out. So here's that little branch piece, or like not branch, but like little leafy looking stamp, and I don't do anything fancy with it. At first, I was going to try and like do a bunch of layering and all that, but then I was like, nah, just in case. I don't know. Like I said, I try to keep it just basic, not too extra over the top. When it comes to the coloring or the layering. Maybe on Thursday I'll try a card like that. I still don't know for sure what I want to do on Thursday, so I'm playing catch up with my week. I've had a busy week, and I have a busy week coming, so I just wanted to try and keep this cute but simple. And here I'm thinking about coming in with that leaf and layering it, and I'm like, no, I decide not to. I really want to use that leaf. I bought markers specifically to color that leaf, and I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to do it on Thursday to make a card with it on Thursday. Um, I try to think ahead when I'm placing my orders what I want to do. The next couple weeks. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. I know this week I ordered a lot of cardstock. I was getting low on cardstock, so I tried to get some of that, and then I ordered some because I know even though it's July, I'm going to be getting ready for my craft fair and Christmas soon, and I have to really do a lot of stuff early because my daughter's getting married and I'm trying to do stuff for that also. So I have to make sure I'm starting real early, which I normally do when it comes to the craft fair stuff. I sell so much stuff that um I do really big shows, so I need a lot of inventory. And it takes so long to make, handmade stuff out of paper. It takes a long time. I don't know why they made this the way they did. I don't know why they didn't either make this a two-step or I don't know. It's like the leaves are not connected to the stem, so it's, later on, in the video, I end up fussy cutting this out, not for this card, but for another card. And if it was connected, I could use my scan and cut, but because it's not connected, the scan and cut would cut all these individually. Um, so I don't know. There is another stamp set, this I think it's called Sweet Songbirds that has one in there, and I started to use that one. It doesn't have any leaves on it at all, and I think you can stamp the leaves onto the paper, but I just went with this set. I stuck with this set because, I wanted to demonstrate this whole set. It's cute. It's just I don't know why it bugs me, but because the leaves aren't connected to to the trunk of the tree. For some reason, it just bugs me, but it's okay. This is kind of a cutesy set anyway, so it's not a realistic type set. So the colors I'm using here are this is mossy meadow. Now this is this is the darkest green that I have. And then this one is the granny apple. So I just kind of mix the two colors to give a little bit of a dark, but yet because if you look at the paper, there's something in the centers. The centers are darker and then it's a brighter green, but I don't know. It's not any of the markers that I have for sure. Although that parakeet or that what is it? The parakeet party might have been close, but that's more like a neon green, I think. It doesn't matter. Whatever you use, it's gonna look nice. I think these don't match my card at all. The designer series paper, the markers that I'm using to color do not match the designer series paper, but I think I pull it off. I think it looks really nice. Um, you can let me know what you think in the comments below if you want. I used what I had, but I don't think anyone would say, "Oh, that doesn't match" when they if they receive this card. So I was working on this fun fold card last week. I was going to use it, and it just didn't work out for what I was trying to create. So I scrapped it, and then when I started to design this week, I was like, oh yeah, that would work perfect for this. So I think it's I think it's my favorite card of the three. This is part of the reason why I don't like coloring because it just takes so long. But sometimes you don't care. You do this, you make like if you had to make a bunch of these, you just stamp them ahead of time and then sit in front of the TV. That's what I do sometimes when I'm doing my craft fair stuff. I'll sit in front of the TV and color. Most of the time, I don't watch the TV. I just listen to it anyway. So I think bringing in the darker colors. This is one of my markers I need to replace. But I did replace it. I just didn't realize I didn't throw it away because I can still use the other end. It's just the nib is messed up on that one. That was one of the ones that got messed up when I had it in storage from the heat. For a long time, a lot of us demonstrators were, they'll ask the demonstrator, Stampin' Up will ask us what we would like to see in future catalogs, and a lot of them were animals. And I think this time they knocked it out of the park because we have a lot of cute animals. That Zoo Crew set is so cute. And this one, and then one of the online exclusives was the Rhino. They did really good with that this year. So I'm just digging in my drawer for my blender brush, but I don't actually have. So what I do is I put the name of what blender brush I'm using. I put it on there, and I only use that color. I was I only use one color per blender brush. Um, and then if like recently we just had some colors retire, you can wash these. You can wash them. You can use a piece of paper towel and just keep scrubbing it out and then use multiple colors. I just choose not to do that. I have the space for them, and I have a little storage thing that I got from Stampin' Storage. I'll have to show a video of that, of my drawer with my blender brushes. But anyways, I put the name of the brushes on there, and I was digging in my thing and I didn't have any. So I have some blank ones that are there that I just I had to get a new one because this is a new color, so I didn't have this one. But what took me so long was I was looking to make sure I didn't already have one in that color. So here I'm just kind of blending in just a little bit of this blue color and the balmy blue, and just so it doesn't look like the monkey's just standing with nothing in the background, like it looks. I wanted it to look like it was sky. I try my best not to hit the edges at all with it because I don't want that harsh line around the edges. So I try to keep my brush off the edge. Sometimes when you bring it in from the outside into the center of it, it creates a line on the edge, and I didn't want to cut my cardstock down because it was cut to the right size. It's just enough to make it look like it's not white. So here I'm trying to just figure out how I'm going to place it. Um, it takes me a while to figure out the sentiment, what sentiment I want to use, but I go ahead and glue this down. I want to thank everybody for watching and actually commenting. I've been getting a lot of comments, and I'm trying my best to reply to the comments within 24 hours. Sometimes I miss them, but for the most part, I think I've been doing pretty good with replying. And some people are more harsh with their comments, and I take it with a grain of salt. I take the criticism just as much as I do, the praise. So, all of us learn, and I have not been doing these videos for very long. So I am trying new things and trying things out and seeing what works and what doesn't. And honestly, when you leave me comments that are good or bad, it helps me because I know that either I need to change things or I can keep going forward with what I'm doing. Sometimes the quality of the videos aren't always the greatest, but sometimes, you don't realize. And I am trying to do the number one thing, and that is remain consistent and be here every Monday and every Thursday for sure. Sometimes I have to squeeze stuff out that I'm not always the proudest of, but I'm still learning. I've had this channel for 7 years, but I have only been really trying to make it work for like since April. So everyone just stick with me. It's funny because I do some training, and the number one thing they say is to keep doing your videos, don't stop. You'll learn as you go what works, what doesn't. And they also say that, um, almost all of your videos in the beginning will be bad. So I don't think that my videos have been necessarily bad, just sometimes the camera, getting in the camera sometimes is not always, or um maybe the angle, or like right now I can tell the camera's, I've bumped it is what I've done, and it's crooked. But you know, it happens. Yeah, this is the number one reason why I think, well, not the number one reason why I would say to get the punch, but the punch is cute because no matter which monkey you're doing, even if it only punches out one monkey, but it punches, the face is inside the stamp. There are other faces that you can add besides the three that come on the monkeys. So you could cut out the face in the punch and add other faces if you wanted. And it doesn't matter which monkey, you can have all the faces on any of the monkeys if you want. So that's the beauty of having that punch. You can also, if you wanted to pop up the ears or if you wanted to pop up the face, you can, because that's part of the punch. So just because you can only punch out one monkey, I would say get the whole bundle. Number one, if you get the bundle, you save 10% off the purchase of both. So that's huge. And then, um, you get the banana, you get the ears, and the little face shape, like the little heart that's around the face. You get that. So that itself is, even though you can't punch out every single monkey, it's still, you can change the faces on it. So that makes it worth getting to me, which I love punches. I have a whole collection of punches. I feel like Stampin' Up! Is kind of not made a lot lately compared to what they used to in the past. But I love them. I have a whole collection of them, a whole wall full of them, and I don't want to get rid of any of them, even though I know that I can't demonstrate a lot of them. I still plan on keeping them. They're just quicker than doing the dies. Now, the with the dies, I like those because of the stitching, but if you need something quick and, ready to go, sometimes you don't want to spend all day on a project. The punches are the best. And these builder punches are so cute. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do as far as stamping, and I stick with this sentiment, but um I end up using a die and cutting it out. I was just using this as a scrap piece of paper. I had not intended on putting this on there. I just thought that I would be able to fit my shape on there to cut it out. So I kind of try a few different things here. And I didn't like it in the Memento Black. I felt like I end up doing it in the early espresso. It went for the final part of for the project. Now I'm just over in my dies digging out, trying to figure out what I'm gonna cut out. So I end up bringing in these what is it? The essentials, essential dies. Nested essentials is what it's called. And here I've cut out the kind of the rectangle piece, and I've cut out the flag or banner piece. And I decided to bring in the early espresso ink because I thought that looked better. And I stamped them both to try and figure out which one I like better. Early espresso is one of my favorite darker brown colors. I use it a lot for Christmas for like gingerbread stuff. Now I'm just trying to figure out which one that I like the best. Trying to figure out placement for it. I kind of felt like I didn't want to cover up the little branch up in the corner, but this is the one I end up going with, and I think it looks okay. I'm just using some liquid glue to adhere that down. And I'm sorry this video is so long. Yeah, this is just one card and it's like 40 minutes, but I real time it takes a while to make, to do these cards, but I kind of was designing at the same time. Sometimes I'll cut everything, have everything ready to go, but we had a lot of coloring. I didn't speed up the video this time. Sometimes I do, but this time I didn't. So hopefully, you can always come back and rewatch if you don't have time to sit for 40 minutes for one, especially since I'm gonna, I have 3 projects, but you know, sometimes creativity takes time and it does stand up really well. So now I'm bringing in the Glossy Dot Assortment Pack, and I didn't show it on video that my camera ended up dying, but I did put a piece of basic white on the back, and then I cut 2 strips of the designer series paper to go on each side. So I'm just putting those glossy dots on. This is the pack that you'll get if you place the $50 order. Remember that all the details are listed below in the description. If you click the shop link, the host code is already embedded. So as soon as you click to shop, it's already there. And yeah, this is the finished project. What do you think? This is probably my favorite, but I want everyone to let me know what their favorite is in the description below. Okay, for card 2, we're going to use the basic border dies, and we're going to create a kind of like a mask, but we're going to you'll take a regular piece of cardstock and cut this out with the cloud. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Balmy Blue, and then you want to get one of your blender brushes, and we're going to make clouds all the way down our card. So in the beginning, I'm just going to put just a little bit up here to get the color started. Then I'm going to take the piece that I cut out of the basic border dies, and I'm going to lay it down and just go along the edges of it. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing, just come down a little bit. Just keep working your way down the page, creating these clouds. And then if you want, you can just kind of change it to where it's kind of going from side to side a little bit if you want. Flip it over again. Okay, and that's going to be our background. Some of these that are real white, you might throw in a little bit of color on top. But that's going to be our border. Our background. Let's see, I'm going to bring in let's bring in I'm going to bring in Lemon Lolly for the card base. to do I think I'll do the Balmy Blue, or no, let me think. Maybe, yeah, I'll just do the Balmy Blue. I think I have a piece up here. We're just gonna make that just an eighth of a inch bigger. Let's see, let's do 5 3/8. Oops. By 4 1/8. I'm gonna cut 2 of those. Okay. We'll adhere our card bases down. I'm going to wait on this one because I want to see, you know what, I want to see, I'm not sure how I want to stamp this just yet. So let's grab our monkey. I've already cut him out. And I'm going to do Pebble Path this time. But I'm going to do, let's see, light crumb cake for his face. And inside his ears, I'll do the light crumb cake. And then with the, let's see, the dark, I'll do like underneath here, here, maybe like right in here. Tip of his tail. Okay. Then we'll bring in the light. I'm going to do it with this end just because it's so small right here. Now only one of the monkeys is cut out with a punch. So to make this card, either you'll have to have the stamp set. Stampin' Up! Doesn't allow us to give you stamped images, so I can give you the one that's punched, but I mean, you're still going to want the stamp set to make this. But like I said, the card kits, you can always, you know, use something else to make the card. You don't always have to have this set, or you're not required to purchase this set just to get the kits. But this one you have to fussy cut out. It doesn't go with the punch. So I have a scan and cut, and I just did a bunch of them at once and cut them all out with that. I really don't like the fussy cut. I guess because I just like it to be perfectly even around the edges, and I know if I cut it, it's not going to be. But most of the time, you won't even be able to tell if you, especially if you put it on white paper. Like if you place this on the white, like a white sheet of cardstock as the background, you would never even notice the, you know, what's cut out on the card. So I don't know if I like this color or not. It's kind of dark. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so okay, so I know I want him like this, and I'm going to bring in some balloons that I die cut from the Beautiful Balloon dies. And I thought I had, I wasn't sure which ones I wanted to use. I cut out several different ones, but I don't think I wanted to bring in the yellow because of the embellishment that I was using. I was trying to, you know, I try to keep the same embellishment for all three cards, so you you can use it on your cards when you get it, but I don't know what I did with the other ones. When I did, I was like, well, I need to cut out some that have yellow. Here's one that fell on the floor. So we'll go with these three. I'm gonna get the Lemon Lolly, and don't look at my fingernails because they're horrible right now. I was cleaning my around the edge of my ink pad, and the ink squished up my nail, so my nail looks crazy. Let's see. I've been moving stuff around. I can't remember where I put it. Right here. Okay. Get one of these out. And I'm just going to sponge around it with the Lemon Lolly. I don't know what that was. Just to give it a little bit of pop. Because I don't want the edges of the balloons to blend in with the white on here. So I was going to do solid ones and then just, oh, maybe, okay, so we'll use this side. That's what it was. I had them flipped over. Okay. All right, so let's figure out how we want to lay this down. I'm going to do it like, I think like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue down the bottom one. Well, you know what? I think it'll look better popped up. Let me, here we go. We're going to pop these up. First, let me grab some string, and let me come over here and see if I can give a little bit of, let me get my, just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of here to get your adhesive going. Okay, so this is blue, yellow. I can use any color for that one. Let's see. So I don't have yellow, but I have the green, so this one I can use. I'll use. Oh yes, this one. Okay, one more. I use the darker blue. The smaller one is not like the bigger one when it doesn't have very much room for you to tie it or wrap it around, so I might have maybe should have only wrapped it around one time, but that's okay. Okay, move this out of the way. Now let's see which ones we want to put. I'm going to put and maybe not smash them down until you're exactly sure where you want to put things. Okay, so we're gonna do it like we did, I don't know, I know I did a balloon card once before, and I'm just gonna tie it in a knot just to keep it so these strings kind of stay together. Kind of tighten it up. And then I'm going to just snip it off. And then we're going to make it like, okay, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Just kind of drag it down because I don't want it right in the middle of where he is. You're going to put it behind his legs like that. I might have to bring it up. You know what? Maybe we won't tie it then. We'll just... I want this to come between his legs like that. But then I want his hand, like, so it's on top of his hand too, so... Okay, so let's put dimensionals on the back of him. Maybe I'll put a glue dot. And I'm just gonna kind of roll it up and put it on his little hand. Then we'll cut these off. Okay, now let's see. Little monkey, I don't want little monkey, we already used little monkey. I don't know if the just swinging by will... What's the other one say? I'm bananas about you. He doesn't have any bananas, but I could put one in his hand, I guess. In the other hand. Let's see if this one will work. We could cut that a little bit. And I think I'm going to try and stamp it right here on the bottom. So let me grab a block. And I'm going to do this in Petal Path. Okay. And now we'll put it on the back of our card base. And we'll put this one on that side as well. Oh, it slid. And then we'll put another white piece in there. Okay, and then the glossy dot assortment is what we're using. And that's the finished card. So if I could do it over again, I would definitely only wrap this part right here around just one time. Just to, you know, or even maybe use the linen thread, because it is thinner and it would not be as bulky right there wrapped around. But yeah, that's the finished card right there. Hope you like it. Okay, for the next card, we're going to use this blueberry bushel for our card base. A piece of this designer from Bright and Beautiful. We're going to lay that down real quick. Go ahead and put our inside piece. We're going to, let's see. We're going to use this thing on Bananas About You. Let's see. I think I'm going to use Lemon Lolly stamp, Blueberry Bushel. going to fit. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Okay, and then the next one's going to be this one. I feel like this seems so big. Oh well. Okay. Then let's see. Let's get a piece of cardstock, and we're going to stamp with memento if I can find it. My desk is such a mess. It's driving me nuts. Normally I clean in between each card because I can't, it drives me crazy, but I'm trying to hurry because my husband just went to grab dinner and I'm trying to get done before he gets back. Okay, so we're going to stamp this and we're going to color it and fussy cut it out. So I'm going to go with I'm just going to do real basic quick coloring here. This is the Granny Apple Green. It's my favorite of the greens. And then let's see, I think I'll stick with the Pebble Path. It's kind of a darker. I'm gonna go with just the light one though. Okay. And then if I can find my snips. Okay. Now we're going to fussy cut this one out. Now, most of the time I won't fussy cut because I have a scan and cut and I hate to fussy cut. But anytime you have something that is not connected, it won't cut it. It'll cut around each individual thing. And if it's super small like this, it doesn't do the best job. So this is going to go on a white sheet anyway, so it really doesn't matter. feel like I can't talk. I have to concentrate. So my door is in for my room, but I don't know when we're gonna get somebody to put it in. I feel like every time we try to hire something done, the prices are ridiculous nowadays, just for small little things that you have done around your house. Like, we wanted to have a little porch put on, and they quoted us $15,000. They wanted $6,000 for concrete. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the Country Corners dies. I keep saying I'm going to do like a class or a series on just this, but it has been like keeping it in stock has not been the best. Let me see. This is the stamp set right here, and it's one big stamp set, and then you individually, it probably would have looked really cute if I would have thought to stamp this, but I didn't. You know what? I think we're going to take the time and do that. That's what we're going to do, because my husband might come home in the middle, but he's used to me videoing. Everybody tiptoes around the corner to see if I'm videoing, which most of the time I try to tell them when I'm doing it, but this has been a crazy week for me. I got my daughter's getting married, and I'm trying to do her invitations, and then I just had my card class, and it was my first one, so I wasn't like sure, and then I wanted to make sure I had enough stuff, so I cut extra. So yeah, it was a little crazy. Okay, I definitely want to keep, this looks awful, but we can still use it. It's from last week's class, but so we're gonna, let me get that piece of paper back. We're gonna line this up. I feel like this stamp is gonna be, oh, it's gonna work. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had room for my, whoop, I hope I put it the right way. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't even need this thing. I forgot it's... Whenever you have the red rubber stamp, you don't have to do that. Hopefully I'll get this in one shot and I won't have to worry about it. But, so I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green. Let me make sure I don't have those. Okay. I'm so hungry. Like, I cannot wait for my husband to get back. Like, I am starving. Oh, I think he just came home. Okay, good. Okay, so he's here. I'm going to take a break and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I cleaned up my desk a little bit. It was driving me crazy. Okay, so now what do I do with it? Oh, okay. So not thinking that, you know, I'm going to put my tree and my monkey and everything on here. Not thinking about that I stamped the whole thing. So this is a learning thing for us. Now, we can do one of two things. I'm going to do it over. I'm going to save this for another day. We can either just take our ink pad and put on these outer edges and not do the inside. Then when we die cut, we'll have that. Or we can do one of our Stampin' Right markers. I'm going to do this just because I have it right here. So we're just going to try and get that little stitched. Well, it might not be as... Okay, we're going to do our marker. Just because I know it'll be easier. Okay, so these are the Stampin' Right markers. And you can... Okay, hold on, I gotta grab my glasses because I took them off when I was eating. Alright, so these are the Stampin' Right markers. I've showed these in videos before, but in case you're new, you can write, like sign with one end, you can sign your cards, which is what I always do to try and make it coordinate. And then with the other end is just like your ink pad, you can actually go in detailed areas, or if you want to stamp something more than one color, you can go in and use these markers, and it's the exact same thing as using your stamp pad, the same kind of ink. So I'm just going around all the edges, and you're probably thinking that it's going to end up drying by the time you get it all, you know, colored in and draw it on there. You're going to huff on your stamp, like blowing it like you would your car window in the wintertime. And just like make that little steam or whatever that comes off your breath, and it reactivates the ink. So I think we've got that covered pretty good. So let me huff on it. And then we're going to stamp. I got this little thing from from Etsy, somebody on Etsy. I don't even know what they call it, but I know someone will probably end up asking me, but I have arthritis really bad in my hands, and it helps. So see, we got all the... Oh, I messed it up. Shoot. Alright, so we're going to have to flip it over and do again. Nothing like 3 times to stamp something. Alright, so we got to go in with our marker again, which I don't even know how I did that because I don't even have ink right there. Oh well. These markers are perfect if you want to try a color and you don't want to invest in, like, they come in a 10-pack, so you would have to try and see if you like, you know, but like for the end colors, when those come in and you're not sure if you're gonna like them, or if you just don't want to invest all, you know, totally on the ink pad, the, you know, the re-inker and all that, these are perfect for, you know, trying something out. Or if you're a new demonstrator and you're like, how am I going to afford to buy everything that I need to demonstrate? Sometimes that's a good option. I stamp all the time, so I even keep all my retired colors. Now, I did let some of them go this year because they were just old and dried out. I did it again. What is going on? There's no ink there. Let me see if I can clean this real quick. It's not the marker. It's something. This thing is dry. I need to wet it. Okay, we're going to give it one more shot, and if I don't get it this time, then I'm just going to leave it blank. Okay, I cut a stack of basic white before I started, It's like, I don't know. Oh, here. All right, one more time, and then if not, I'm just going to stamp leaves or something on the edges. This just goes to show you that somebody that stamps all the time constantly makes mistakes. Like, we edit out a lot of stuff out of our videos, and today is not the day because I am not editing out anything. I'm trying to get it done. Okay. Okay, good. All right, let me cut this real quick. Okay, so let's see, we got to do our monkey, right? We didn't color that one. I want the one that is hanging upside down from this little tail. And so as you can see with my scan and cut, it didn't cut all the way down in here. Sometimes it just depends on. So I'm going to cut that because that's the part that I want. I want his tail to be able to hook around the tree. So I am going to go in here and cut it. This one's not that, like, cutting down in there is hard because it's hard to see it. Okay. All right, let's see. I love these eyelashes. They're so cute. All right, I think I'm going to do the crumb cake one. I like the crumb cake one, I think. So I'm just doing around the face in the light. Okay. So we've got the online exclusives that starts this week. No, let's see, the 6th. New product coming out on the 6th, and I know for sure that there are 2 Christmas bundles that are coming. One is a sleigh and like a horse and sleigh, and then it has dies. And then the other one is a truck punch and like a whole bunch of different, it's like a truck, and then you can put like a Christmas tree, presents, or for us that live in Florida, there is a palm tree, which I can't wait to get that set. And I'm here to tell you that all the demonstrators are ready to get that set as well. So if that's something you think you might want, then you should order early on the 6th, because it's probably going to go on back order. Or since it's an online exclusive, they could choose to not reorder it, which I'm pretty sure they will, unless there's some reason why they, couldn't get it. But again, because it's so early in the year before Christmas, but they could choose not to. So if that sounds like something you want to check out, then I would check it out definitely on July 6th. And there's some really beautiful paper. Now, we haven't got to see everything. There's also a stamp set, another flower set, but I didn't get the stamp set or the flower set, and I didn't get the sleigh because I wanted to wait until I knew for sure what I was doing as far as like all my Christmas stuff. Like I'm real picky and selective about what I order for Christmas because I keep it forever and use it. Some demonstrators get rid of all their stuff after because, let's face it, we can't demonstrate it anymore. So, no one wants to see something that they can't buy. So that's why we don't normally demonstrate it past, when it's in a catalog. So for me, I do craft fairs, so I keep it for that reason. Okay, so this is basically how it's going to go. Let's see. Like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this whole thing over and I'm going to put dimensionals on it. But I'm going to do the minis because I washed my hands for dinner and I still couldn't get that out of there. Okay. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals because there's, well, here this is super thin, but also because these are a little bit lower, so I have to use the same ones throughout the whole thing. I can't put the big ones here and the small ones up here because they're different heights. One more here. Okay. So now for this card, depending on how many people order this week, the designer paper may not be this pattern. Now unless I have like 100 people order, which, you know, if I do great, I'll order more paper. But for this card, I have enough. But for this one, there's only I think 2 sheets or 4 sheets, and I've already used some of this. So it'll be something that's in this balloon pack, and it'll be just as cute as the one I'm using. So I don't want you to think that, you know, I want everyone to know that it could possibly be something different. So I'm going to put this here. I haven't glued this down yet. I'm going to put this on the bigger dimensionals. I forgot to pull this off. Okay. I'm actually going to kind of stick this up in this corner here because we're going to, let's see, I guess I'll go ahead and put a dimensional on here. And I'll pop this up too. Okay. I'm going to stick this over here. And then I want to stamp some bananas because it says on Bananas About You, so I want to make sure I have some bananas. And we can use this scratch piece of paper here. Let me see my punch. Okay, just right here. I have to look at my punch to make sure I'm putting it in the right way when I'm feeding it in the punch. I do that all the time. I forget which direction it's going in. I don't think I'm going to put this many, but I'm stamping away. Okay. I'm just going to use the light to color these real quick. Let's see, also on the 6th, I believe on the 6th, anytime, or if you spend over, for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon from Stampin' Up! And that will come in your email. And you can combine them for a purchase in August. So for every purchase, so if you make a purchase with me, then you'll also get the card kits like normal. And then you'll get a coupon for next month. And that's, I believe it's all month. I'll try to squeeze in a little thing to post on here. I don't think it starts till the 6th though. I'll have to look for sure. Well, I know it starts on the 6th, but I'm not sure the end date. But I think it has to be, because I know you can redeem them in the whole month of August, because they give you 30 days to redeem the coupon. Okay. So that's extra savings. Okay, let's see. I think I want him to hold the bananas. I'm gonna put, let me see if I can put, oh shoot, it came off. Okay, the way it's supported on all three sides there. I'm gonna do the same thing. So just take your Stampin' Dimensional and cut it in half. Came off again. Okay, let's see if we can put a little banana down here. that's the 3 cards. Okay, so that's the 3 cards. So which one is everyone's favorite? I don't know. I think this one is super cute. I love the eyelashes. This one, I love the you know, the way that this is he's kind of just flying by the seat of his pants. And then this one is just super jungle looking. So, I don't know. It's hard to pick. This one's a fun fold. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Thanks. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for the background noise. Like I told you before in previous videos, my craft room is right off of the kitchen, and someone was in the kitchen washing their hands or doing something. But anyways, this is the the bonus days that you can earn the coupons for every $50 that you spend, and it does start in August. I'm sorry, in July 6th through the 31st, and then you can redeem them August 1st through the 31st. So that's my card class to go this week, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.